very significant day in our journey. It is momentous. We are very lucky to be guided for so long to embrace this day, the sacred day of Gurupurnima, and the Guru aspects of a being or the cosmos. Cosmos also is Guru. And we are very lucky that we are having an affinity with Swami as a manifestation of the cosmic being and the cosmic Guru. Not many get it. Actually, it's an irony. Even Satya Sai Baba, not many Swami has come as a guru. Swami has come as a father, has come as a mother, as a friend, as a teacher, as a saint for many. But as a guru to your life, not many. Yeah? Although you may be doing a lot of studying on his teachings and you're following, but for him to take on the role and take on the role of a guru in your life, he selects. He doesn't take everybody. Many he waits. He waits until the time. Even for me, I was since 9 years old. I met him physically, and at that time, he was just playing with me. He was having fun, and he always kids around with me. And I remember there's a time where I would be very keen on learning. I would ask him a lot of questions, and he never entertains me. He would ask me, what did I eat? Where did you go? When you going back? Where's your girlfriend? And I remember those times, I have no girlfriend. And I say, Swami, I have no girlfriend. He say, you whack my face. How many you have? I say, no, Swami, no. Go get married. So he has been dodging me for the longest time. Yeah. And not being entertained, really. He doesn't. I've asked him, Swami, I want to know what's Brahma Nanda. Say, what is that? Because he knows the time is not right for me. Although I have a lot of keen interest in spirituality, but he doesn't entertain. He does not want to tell me anything. Almost to the point of pushing me. Stop. Go and get married. Or go and eat something. So for him to come as a guru, he needs to approve, and he needs to select. He needs to take he needs to initiate us into that. It's a very deep relationship, and I'm very fortunate. At one time, I remember, there was too much. My yearning for spirituality is too much. Swami got me my job, my first job, and I remember, it's a very, very very big job. I mean, I used to be a fund manager of a tycoon actually, and I was on the path, you know, he pretty much illuminated the entire path for me to become an investment analyst first, and then to know about the stock market, and after that, you know, to practice with a remiser, and after that become a direct remiser of a tycoon. But I remember when I was an investment analyst, yeah, I have to do some analysis under the coach of the top guy. And I'll be, my station is in the library, the stocks library, investment department. And I'll be sitting in the library meditating. And I'll be having books every day. I'll be reading spiritual books. Not interested at all. No one dare to touch me because, you know, I'm under direct instruction to be there. So, so no one dare to question me, but I still, you know, my interest is too much, you know. And I remember almost the year 2000, you know, the millennium, the time where, you know, they say at the end of the world, and then, you know, this is the time where there's those who are the chosen ones, you know, they will be in the spirituality. So there's a lot of yearning. And I remember one day just calling up the tycoon, said, you know, I want to resign. And he says, why? What do you want to do? I say, I want to go learn yoga. Of course, my interpretation of yoga is a lot of other yogas, you know, Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga, and then, you know, I want to go to India. So I pretty much gave up everything, you know. I even reached the point of signing off my properties. You know, I said, no, I don't want any of this. I want this. You know, this is my life. I want to go. So that time, I pretty much packed up and told my parents, I said, goodbye. I'm not coming back until I discovered who I am. And I went to India, and I went around India. And before that, of course, I went to see Swami. And Swami kept me with him for a long time. He started, and that's the time when he started really giving me a lot of knowledge. And that's the time when every speech he gives is like real excitement for me, because I started writing, and I became very interested in all that he says, you know, and it goes straight into my head. And and that's the time I feel that Swami really took on the role of a guru for me in my life. And after that, I have this journey to visit the ashrams around India, and I got permission from Swami, and he allowed me to go to many ashrams around India, and I learned a lot from that journey. So for us to go into this relationship with the Lord as a student, as Swami, as a guru, he needs to have a time. And I think Gurupurnima is a great boon for humanity. It's almost like a gate where anyone can go in. Anyone can take him as a guru. And he gives, like, you know, free initiation. So Gurupurnima is a time where if you take him as a guru and you really bow down to him as a guru and you respect him as a guru, worship him as a guru, and he blesses you, that's it. You have opened something inside and start going in. A lot of downloads start happening in your life, and a lot of things start illuminating for you. And tomorrow is the day. So I'm sure a lot of you are already having it, you know, Swami is a guru in your life, and you can actually go one step further tomorrow. Take Swami as the cosmic being, the Vishwaroopa Sai as the Guru. Yeah. Of course, Satya Sai is very much Vishwaroopa Sai. He is one with Vishwaroopa Sai, but we never get to see the Vishwaroopa Sai aspect of him as much. You know, we are relating to him as a physical being who is born in Puttaparthi, and we are able to relate to him as a person. You know, he can be our friend. He can be, you know, so many amazing relationship, divine relationships. Vishwaroopa Sai's relationship is something else. It's a galactic presence. He takes on the role of the cosmic being, and this role is very different. Yeah? Because this is my personal experience when I start seeing him as Vishwaroopa Sai. His activities are different. I have seen him conducting meetings with galactic federations, Gradient Council in Jandavek. I've reported this a few times, and the conversation that's going on, it's so enlightening for me. It makes me open up many dimensions inside. When he addresses these meetings, it's very different. I've been into the interview room for many times, and I've seen him, you know, talking to families, sometimes ministers, businessmen. Is very different, very different. When he takes on the role of Vishwaroopa, the presence is entirely different. Yeah. Is it necessary for us to connect to this aspect of him? Well, for the Quantum Ascension group, yes. I'm not sure about outside. I'm not sure about any people with worldly engagements. I'm not sure about that. But as I know, for Quantum Ascension group, yes. Because that's all we've been covering in Quantum Ascension. We are covering ourselves as multidimensional beings. We are covering as, you know, we are light beings, and we are in contact with a lot of cosmic beings, you know, civilizations and situations and events and past events. You know, so all these are many are already connecting. Yeah. Many who do not know Swami already connecting. They are connecting to the many of these civilizations and downloading incredible informations. Yeah? And they are all matching many of these stories, books, Lemurians and Surayas, you know, and a lot of this synchronicity, level 11 base, Shambhala, all are now synchronizing. Now we even have a map for it. And I've been, you know, the Great Awakening map, which I've covered before a year ago. And these are all culminating. All informations are coming together. Yeah? And of course, they identify the Vishwaroopa Sai under a different name. You know, they have a different name. They address it as the you know, some of them is the great central sun, and some of them is the source, and some of them address him as the cosmic being, you know. But it's all pointing to the same one source, the Purusha. You know, even in Indian astrology, it is the Purusha that's in all, that governs the entire cosmos. You know. So, and of course, in Muslim, great Allah. We are all reaching there. It's like we are all reaching the ocean, you know, we are all coming to the ocean. So just imagine now you have access to this cosmic being, and now you can have the cosmic being as your guru. Great opportunity. Yeah, great opportunity. You can download almost anything. It's almost like having, you know, the one who have access to the Akasha records, you know, coming to you as a guru. So of course he's the one who created the Akasha records, and all the information, all the knowledge, all the wisdoms of the galaxies are all with him. It's not that we will need this information. It is great to be able to see from that space. And I think it's time for us to see from that space, because now there's a lot of information coming and you're going to see it more and more. A lot of civilizations are starting to manifest, and many are already talking about aliens coming and UFOs and all this. How do you relate all of this with Satya Sai Baba? Of course, Satya Sai Baba has shown some UFO behind him before in front of the students, but to see this entire thing as a great Leela of the Lord, it needs the Guru to tell you that. The Guru needs to show you, you know, he needs to approve in the first place, approve for us to see. Yeah. So a lot of information have already come to the Quantum Ascension group, and this is what you call the Great Awakening. Yeah, the Great Awakening that is has been prophesied, have been expounded upon now, and have been manifesting in so many ways in the form of memes, which I forwarded in the Quantum Ascension group, and also information downloads, books, channelers, light workers, you know, mediums, ancient texts, great sacred geometries, you know, the yantras are all pointing, many of the scriptures are, you start seeing this manifesting in many things. After a while, it becomes almost the point of euphoria. You know, what should I do with all this information? You know, then they are great information. You know, so after a while, you don't know where you should be looking at. You know, just follow for Lemurian, for example. How many times have we covered Lemurian? We have even entered into Lemurian. You know, I've actually brought some people there and showed them that this is Lemuria, and they have come in contact with us. But how do we relate all of this in our daily lives, and also with other civilizations that are coming in, which actually tells that, you know, Lemuria, we were at war with them. So where do you place this, you know? And then Sarias also, you know, Sarias also was at some sort of a war, you know? But of course, it's not really a war if you look from the Vishwaroopa side or the cosmic being's point of view. It's just a pure manifestation. And now we have Dasa Mahavidyas. Where do you place them? And then Kala Bhairav is coming in, you know. So you have this great unfoldment coming, and this is the Great Awakening. The awakening that, you know, we are not alone in this planet. Yeah, many more civilizations that is already involved into our daily lives, and now we are realizing, how do you relate to them? So, great cosmic being all compassionate and loving the devotees so much. He comes for the devotees first. Wow, you know, he incarnates, triple incarnation as Dattatreya. Come as Shirdi first, Shiva, Satyasai, Vishnu, Mahavishnu, Premasai, Brahma himself. So this triple incarnation come just for the devotees. How is that? And of course, the devotees expand, become more and more, and jnanis also come. And those who are in penance also they come. You know, it will come a time that's why this whole transition to Satya Yoga is so incredible, so well organized. I would say, you know, well guided. This entire planet's ascension to the Satya Yoga is very well organized in the cosmic sense. Yeah. So, of course, when you are in the midst of the transition, a bit trickier because we have attachments. So this attachment, we are struggling and we are like, you know, what should we do? Our attachment seems to be threatening us. So, so we are in the transition right now. Yeah. Of course, this transition is not going to be just left alone and for you to deal with without any guidance. No, the great Lord always showers His compassion, His grace, and shower the light so that, you know, it illuminates the path for you to go. For those who really sincerely has the goal to only reach God and to love God. Yeah. So very incredible unfoldment, and we are in a very safe space. Yeah, we're in a very safe space for ascension right now. Okay, any sharings or questions?
Sairam, brother, thank you so much for everything, because I think we are all blessed to even hear of all these things that are happening. It's incredible. It would have been like magic yeah, before May last year, and I would have said, no way, these things cannot happen. But now I sincerely believe, and I feel so calm. The element of fear, anxiety, I mean, I don't feel them anymore. Yes, maybe a little bit, but it's much less. But I'm just, I'll just tell you what I saw in my meditation this morning. Today is the full moon Poya day for us, so we consider it very sacred, where the Buddha brought the first sermon to the world. So I was in contemplation and I saw I connected energetically to two other people who are very special to me, just like you, and I connected to you energetically. And like that, there were so many beings I couldn't identify right around the world, and we formed a grid. And that it was just like, you know, these telecommunication things, advertisements where they say it's connected all over the world. And that's when my meditation ended. So something special is happening. It's incredible. And I bless you all for that. Thank you so much.
Yes, thanks for sharing that. There'll be a lot of synchronicities, a lot of this talking about the same thing. You know, they're using the same language. Even the word ascension, for that matter, is going to be a popular word to use after a while. You know, now because we are in somewhat in the forefront for quite a while already, and so we are familiar with a lot of these words. But of course, there are those who already come much earlier to initiate this entire movement. And now it's becoming more and more, and even they have universities on this. Yeah. A lot of some academies and some organizations are there just created just to push on this awareness. So it's great. You start seeing a lot of synchronicities, yeah, and you will start making more and more sense or not. But of course, also there'll be a lot of information, and to be able to understand the places of this information, you know, you are able to cope with it much more. Otherwise, it's so much information you got. It's like a Akasha records open, so you can download so much information. And where do you stand in all of this, right? Of course, there are something for you to learn from all this information, and to be able to see it from a larger perspective, it's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome. It's very enlightening. It's very elevating for you. Yeah, and it also changes your configurations, your chakras. Some of these openings are very incredible. Just coming in contact with them, you know, you spin your chakras, some of your chakras, you know, very powerful. You know. So a lot of this kind of ascensions capabilities will start awakening within. Yeah. Okay, great. Anyone else? All right. So now we have Gurupurnima tomorrow. And how do we celebrate? How do we connect to the Vishwaroopa side as the Guru? Yeah. I am very, very happy to inform all of you. He has already been reaching out to us. Not that he is not even waiting for us to reach out to him. Of course, we have made our small steps. We have made our one step, which made him make his 100th step towards us. And we make another step, and he made 1,000 steps. You know, he's something which you can't avoid. You know, he's by nature is like that. If you look at me, I look at you. You know, that's how he is. So if you walk towards him, he walks towards you. So he has already come into our space in a very powerful way, actually. Yeah. And he has illuminated for us a lot of things already. Yeah. So I'm just trying to share with you as much as possible so that you get things in the right perspective, so you are able to really see him. Yeah. Now, we have covered a bit of this in the midnight session last night, and talking about how, you know, actually the Vishwaroopa form, many could not hold it for too long because it has the fierce form inside also. Yeah, because sometimes it can be so fierce, and it has to be, because, you know, the cosmic being, if it's not fierce, I don't know how this cosmos can hold in the first place. You know, it's all these planets and galaxies and Milky Ways. You know, it has to be a very strong. We call it fierce, you know, but it's actually a very very powerful energy. And if Swami appears, or the cosmic being appears as Vishwaroopa, a lot of times you're unable to hold it for too long, you know, because it's kind of a bit scary. Because you see the entire creation and dissolution in the Vishwaroopa. There's a lot of the dissolution part is the one which, you know, the people are unable to hold. Yeah? So and now Vishwaroopa has come. And how is that? How are we handling it? I think we are handling it very beautifully. It's all by His grace, and now it's coming by layers, one by one, one by one, one by one, one by one. And this is first Kala Bhairav, Kala Bhairav breaking all the cycles. And then we have the Dasa Mahavidyas one by one. Yeah. And we have been shown the aspects of each Mahavidya, you know, and they are all shining for us, you know, coming and clearing, doing his job, and also at the same time, you know, illuminating the paths. So it's actually a bit of a quite a complex process, actually. You know, if you were to look from a point of view of technicality, it's quite a complex process. But we are very lucky that Vishwaroopa Sai has manifested in a very loving form, of a lot of incredible unconditional love. So we are able to connect to him with love and true love. You know, that's why Swami say Bhakti Yoga is the royal part. You know, it's part of love. The royal part, almost with the part which is full of flowers. You know? So you are guided with a lot of flowers towards great cosmic being. Very, very phenomenal. This is very phenomenal. I'm not sure if this is ever been done before in the past like this, but definitely this is what I see, and this is something very glorious, very beautiful, great compassion, great love. You know, and it's reaching out to us and bringing us to his form. And I find that this is all very, very, very timely, very needed, especially now when we are in so much uncertainty and we have so much information which we don't know what to do with it. And we have so much access, so many gurus are in our space, so many angels, and there's so many devas, and they all are in our space, you know, and saints and siddhas and they're all in our space. And what do we do with this, you know, with all this confusion? And sometimes at one time we it seems like our, you know, this pandemic is going nowhere, and so much of the range is incredible. You know, there's people going off just like that, and another time you have this God, and then you have the fifth dimension happening. You know? Then you have your own individual experiences of your chakras and also your ascension. So a lot of things are happening actually. Yeah. So a lot of light workers also recognize this, that, you know, this is not an easy space. A lot of bombardment. You know, this is actually a bombardment. You know, bombardment of rays. 5D gamma waves are really so powerful, you know, so you can almost go any way you want, you know, with the 5D gamma waves. You think it's almost like an amplifier, you know. You think something, you believe in something, and it amplifies. So if you are fearful, amplifies, you become so fearful, you know. If you're loving, you amplify, you become so loving, and you're in a path of spirituality is amplifies, you become so spiritual. You know? So if you have a bit of bad thoughts, amplifies. So these 5D gamma waves are very powerful, and look at that. We are almost like in a capsule. We are in a craft, you know, protected and guided, you know, and we're all moving together, going to a certain space. So that's why maybe, you know, many of you feel very comfortable in this space, because this is a craft, really. For me, this is a craft because it's so obvious for me. When I leave the house, it's different. I go out and I come back and enter this house. Wow, such a big difference. I just came back from the airport, by the way, and you know, the airport, it doesn't look like the airport now. You know, so a lot of oscillations, the range, vibrational range. If you you are sensitive to vibration, it's so obvious. You know, when you go downstairs, you go out on the street, it's different. It's like a different world. When you come back, it's a different world. So if you look at it energetically, even in the form of just looking at it as an aura, you know, it's a totally different aura. So it's a craft. You know, if it's a protected space, it is a space where you're very comfortable and it's progressing and it's going somewhere and it's coming back, it is a craft. Yeah. In the energetic world, in the fifth dimension, it is seen as a craft. Even this global Akanda Rudra Parayana, each station, it's a craft. Yeah. Many people who enter into it to chant, and then after that they come to the world, and then they go back into chant. The oscillation, the changes in vibration is so obvious. Yeah? There's a rising, and there's a down, and there's a rising. So it is, and it's flying. It's going around the world, you know, spreading rudra, spreading chanting, spreading mantras, and emanating those incredible these mantras which has so much power, you know, of embracement, you know, Gayatri for that matter, so much power, influences over the environment, changes the course of event of the earth, of a particular space you focus on. So it's a craft, this is a craft job, you know, and that's what it is. It goes around. So it's good to be able to see all this from the energetic point and to understand that, you know, the energies are real. Energy is something which is happening now. Yeah, it's not just for study. It is happening. So if you have a good, happy, your energy is radiating and it is influencing so many things. If you are very joyful right now, it influences tomorrow and your future, and maybe 10 years from now. Just for us to be in a divine space right now, it changes everything. So from this point, from here, you can see that, you know, we are timeless. We are beyond time and we are beyond space. Actually, you know, we're not limited by time. What you are, how you feel, what you're resonating now is most important. That's the one which causes a ripple effect on everything else you do. Yeah. Yeah. So recognize it. Go into the energetics, energetics of things, manifestations. Just like how when you chant a mantra, what does it do to you? How does it change? How you feel after that? You know, after you chant a mantra, and that feeling, that means you're going to the energetics of the mantra. You're going to the energy rather than just making a routine. You're looking more how the mantra manifests through you, yeah, as you chant. So awesome, yeah. Mantra became part of me. Yeah. Mantra becomes you. You know, like Shekhar Buddhapalli, what he says. You know, first you chant the mantra, and then after a while, the mantra chants you. So the mantra becomes you. The mantra is coming through you. So when you chant, is actually the mantra is resonating through your body and benefiting so many other beings. So look from that point of view. After a while, it's no longer seeing yourself as a limited being, struggling to hold on to some floats, yeah, in the waves. No, you are the float, and after a while, you are the wave. So you know, identify, transcend the body consciousness, understand that, you know, all these energies, these beings are all available. It's very much part of us. We, in a way, it came through us, isn't it? You know, if you didn't chant, the being, or if you have no access to it, it's almost non-existence for you. But the very fact that you come in contact with them and you know them and you know how to chant their names and it's manifesting, that means it's coming through you. So all these beings are actually coming through you. All the gods that you have known in your life, in a way, has come through you, isn't it? Without you being there, how would you have known them? So you have to be there. And because of you, you have come in contact with so many devas, so many beings. Yeah? So it came through you, isn't it? So if all that come through you, yes, you are Vishwaroopa Sai. You are the cosmic being. You know, I was just going to say that, and this message came exactly the time. Look at the synchronicity, you know, the recognition, confirmation that we are all on the right track, and we are all realizing this at the same together, and we are all after a while, thought, word, and deed. In that, you know, this is focus, this is meditation, and this is realization. And this is manifestation. You know, it's really manifesting it consciously, to live it, verbalize it, and to affirm it, and to know that you are that. You know, the amount of support that we are getting is so incredible. It's really powerful what we are going through right now together. Awesome. Any sharings?
Sairam, brother.
Sairam.
I'm very grateful listening to you and getting all these incredible sharings from you. And I want to say, Vishwaroopa Sai Rama, he is awesome. And when I chant his name, I always feel like I'm just floating in the air. Sometimes I just lose the whole world. And get so very much emotional, but he's great. I think the emotion is like, you know, his love. Yeah. And this morning I was meditating. I would like to ask you about when during my meditation I saw a face. It's like my eyes became double. I just saw my own eyes. I don't know, I just saw a face just in front of me. It's like an elderly person, but I could not figure out. And it's incredible. This is the first time I saw it, and I don't know. I just would like to ask you. Sairam, brother.
Okay, great. Thanks for sharing that. Okay, now in terms of impressions coming or figures, you're able to see, since we are in the part of Vishwaroopa Sai manifestation and also for his guidance, we will start looking from that point of view. Okay, so Vishwaroopa Sai being the one who says that all forms are his, all names are his, all hands and all heads are his, you know. So when we are going towards that part, you can start seeing, try to see how the Vishwaroopa Sai is manifesting in that form. And this is a great way to look at impressions, because you are recognizing it as divine already. That recognition has helped a lot in understanding and in learning. For example, if you have something to learn with that form, you learn much faster. You will understand much faster, because you are giving that form the highest honor you are giving that form the greatest respect. You know, you are also encouraging the cosmic being to come through that form. You know, and it is very powerful. You know, that contact. So that contact, you will start realizing much faster whatever that you need to understand from that.
Yeah. As before, he came in his full figure before, and of course, all these nags head on top of, and those nag heads used to just cover my face, my head. I used to be very fearful with snakes, but now I'm not. They sort of become my friend.
Ah.
Yes, and I think I explained to you once, and now no, I don't have any fear. It's like when they come and they just come very close to me, sometimes it's just like an umbrella on top of me. But now it's a great feeling. But I haven't seen him for some time now. But I'm seeing different beings, like.
Okay, great. Thanks for sharing that. You know, you have to remember one thing. Vishwaroopa Sai, Vishwaroopa form, he has many forms. He has many different dimensions. Yeah, and we cannot avoid the fierce part. The fierce part of him is very prominent, actually. Yeah. The dissolution part is also very prominent, and we are so blessed to have him coming to us as the Dasa Mahavidyas.
Yes.
Yes, you know that Chinnamasta, you know,
Yes.
and he could not relate, and you know, you see how Brother Chulang was so fearful to the point of, you know, his stomach was spinning and he got so disorientated the whole day. So and now he's like, wow, you know, I love this. So so Dasa Mahavidyas are really, you know, helping so much.
Yes.
And for us to pass that stage, you know, that stage of, and it's needed. The fear is needed because we need to address the fear that's inside, and it needs to be awakened. The fears, you know, otherwise it's just hidden inside. And we don't know when it's going to pop up.
Yeah.
So it's illuminated in a very worshipful way. You know, we are worshiping it, and we are dealing with it in a very much more sattvic way, maybe. You know, so we are approaching it now as even if after the Dasa Mahavidyas, I think there's no other people who can make you afraid. You know, I used to wonder, you know, some of those temples that I go to, Indian temples, really fierce forms, you know, and I've gone to quite a number lately, which are very strong, very fierce forms, a lot of blood, a lot of, you know, a lot of swords and stuff. But now I'm so happy in that space. Actually, I'm like, wow, I've come home.
Yes, sometimes I feel like that.
Yeah. So
Sai Kala Bhairav, brother.
yes, Sai Kala Bhairav.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Once in a while, yeah, when I meditate, I do experience Kala Bhairav, like, you know, where we see in Nepal and Bhutan, where it's quite a scary thing. But nowadays, when I meditate, I don't see anything. I'm just like nothing. I don't see anything. But when I suddenly wake up, I've been sitting for about half an hour, 20 minutes, but I don't see anything. Like how everybody are telling they see so many things, but I don't see anything, brother. Oh, nothing. I don't see anything, but I'll be sitting straight. I don't know. I don't see anything.
Okay, that's the sign, Sai Kala Bhairav. Yeah, if you are sitting straight and you feel like, there's nothing there, that means he's there.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my first experience of him. My first experience, because I know that I'll be coming in contact with him in Brahmarishi Hills, and I got this Nandu to make sure that happens. and when 12 o'clock exactly, I'm sitting, I know he's in front of me, and I was a bit scared at that time, but I was sitting straight 1.5 hours. No thoughts, but there is thoughts. There are flashes of my past, but it's moving very fast. It's moving. I realize very fast and extend very fast. Yeah. So the sign of him usually is like that. You feel erected, straight.
Yeah, straight. No movement, nothing. According to my husband, he said nothing. Why are you so still? I thought you are dead or what? Most of the time he'll come in and see me meditating. But that's the thing, I don't see anything. I used to see like Kala Bhairav in the fierce form. After that, nothing. I don't see anything at all.
You have transcended form. At that time, he's already inside you. So you don't need to see him outside anymore. It's manifesting within you. And it's an experience, it's timelessness. You feel beyond time. You don't know how long you're sitting there, right?
Yeah.
Transcend time.
Okay, all right. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
But I get what she means. It's like empty space. You just see nothing. And you're wondering what's happening after you come out. It's very disconcerting at times.
That's a very great gift, actually, to be able to just sit straight and not think of anything and don't know how long you sat. That is very, very, is a space which a lot of even jnanis or even rishis striving to reach, actually, that space, just nothing. It means a lot. It means a lot. It means that your mind is no longer influencing you. It means that you have mastered your mind at that time, your body. It means that you have transcended the vulgarities of the mind, of the conditioning. You have transcended so many things, your vasanas, you just like that. You have broken the cycle of karma, actually, that time. It means a lot of things, just nothing at that time.
But can anyone be sitting in that position and fast asleep? Straight, your spine straight, no movement.
You might think that you're asleep, if you're, okay, let's say you're sitting straight and then all of a sudden you're unconscious, right? But you're still sitting straight. That's because you were identified to the unconscious side of you. But the consciousness side is also there. And it might be just a short while, but then you slide back to consciousness and you're still in the same position. Yeah? So it's your awareness went into unawareness. And your awareness now slide back to awareness, like that. So it's a small, it's like a fuzzy cloud space. It's like a cloud is passing. It's an energy. It's just not. It's just passing clouds like that.
I used to think so too. I used to think that I'd fallen asleep, but then I'm in the same position when I come into consciousness, no thoughts. So that duration is getting a little longer now. So it's good.
Yeah, same here.
I get a lot of that when I'm participating in Rudra Yagnas or any other yagnas, before long yagnas, those that last a few days. And sometimes I just sit and I chant and I become unconscious and I'm still chanting. And then I come back to consciousness and I realize that, I slipped into somewhere, but I'm still chanting. At that time, I thought I mastered myself. I thought I've reached some kind of mastery, because, I could still chant when I'm sleeping. Wow. So, but I realized that it is an energy. It is actually tamas, an energy of tamasic energy, which were still in our system. And it popped up and we identified to the tamas and recognized it as sleep. But that tamas energy is on the way out. So you don't have to say that you have fallen asleep or anything. You just recognize it as, an energy which you have just bumped into. Now you have let it go. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, a lot of energy is actually not even tamas. There is rajas, there is sattvic, there's all kinds of energy passing. Yeah. So the trick of this is, just as vipassana, you watch. You don't identify yourself to the energies. You just watch, and these are all passing clouds. Actually, as you watch, you recognize it passing cloud. If you don't watch, then you start, getting caught up in it, and start thinking that's you, and that's something you have to struggle with, and you have to deal with, and start fighting with it. You don't have to do that. You can take a back stand and witness instead. Witness and watch it pass. These are all energies which are passing. Yeah, see it as it is and just let it pass. Yep. Great, we have covered a lot today. And if you can, witness as the Vishwaroopa himself. Identify yourself to the avatars, the avatar of your affinity, your connection, your energy, and then manifest as the Vishwaroopa and watch from that space. Wow, if you watch from that space, a lot of things you will start making sense. It's like a puzzle. You start seeing the entire puzzle. And this puzzle is not only two-dimensional. This puzzle is 360 degrees. It has many screens. For those of you who have watched Matrix or any other those kind of movies where God is seated, He's right in the middle, and all these impressions are going around, and you're just watching all the manifestations. Yeah.
How do we do that, brother?
Stay in the middle. Identify yourself as God. Identify yourself as Vishwaroopa. Don't get affected by all these impressions. Don't chase it. Don't try to, to want or don't want it. Just allow it to happen by itself. These are all leelas of God. Yeah, recognizing that all are manifestation of God, and not be too caught up into all these impressions, and to allow it to happen by itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Great. So Gurupurnima, you have the Vishwaroopa side with you, within you. Recognize this Guru within you. Be with the Guru within you, and witness the entire cosmos. Great. Right, what a way to celebrate, Vishwaroopa as the Guru. Gurupurnima. Gurupurnima. Okay. Exactly. 11 minutes. Let's meditate on Vishwaroopa Sai right now and be identified with him. Sai Ram. Exactly. Thank you very much. Again, Om Shri Sai Ram. May you resonate in full Vishwaroopa Sai consciousness in its full glory.
Sai Ram.
Same to you, brother. Sai Ram.
Brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brother Julius.